Sony confirmed S-Cinetone's coming to the a7S III in a firmware update very soon. Canon mirrorless cameras may get eye-controlled focus. Blackmagic updated the ATEM Mini with 8 inputs, and Olympus registered a new camera. Will this be that wow camera they promised? Listen more after the intro. Hi, I'm Simon. Thanks for tuning in to The Ordinary Filmmaker. Subscribe to get notification of new videos like this one so you don't miss any news, rumors, gear reviews, or tutorials. And to make things a little bit more exciting, I'm giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. Details are in the description down below, or you can watch this video here, but please look at the terms and conditions as there are some age and location restrictions. And now for the news. Well, Canon R5, R6, and 1DX Mark III owners eagerly await a firmware update that delivers goodies like Canon Log 3, Cinema Raw Light, All-I, and other potential features. Sony announced that the a7S III owners will be getting S-Cinetone via firmware update very soon. Looks like Sony jumped the gun on the announcement, as you can see from this image by Sony Alpha Rumors. Now, I'd expect the firmware update to arrive in and or around CP Plus next week. I know what you're thinking. The R5 and R6 firmware updates are due out this quarter. Canon Rumors said that we'd have them likely before the end of February, and my best guess would be around or in and or around CP Plus if this holds out. I just hope that the firmware update hasn't been pushed along with the other big splash product due out at CP Plus. Northlight Images published information about a Canon patent for eye-controlled focus for full-frame and APS-C cameras. Now, this is a feature that's found in film cameras such as the EOS 5. An image capture function detects a subject in a captured image, detects the users based on user's eye, and then selects the main subject to pull focus among the detected subjects. Now, I've actually worked on this a little bit. The machine translation was pretty terrible, and I've cleaned it up a little bit, so it isn't word for word. Now, eye-controlled focus isn't a feature that I'd want on all the time, but when traveling, trying to lock focus on your family members while in a crowd, well, it can sometimes be a challenge that this feature solves. As this is a patent, there's no date on when we may see this capability. OM Digital just registered a new camera in Russia. It's coded as IMO24. I know, it's got quite the ring to it, doesn't it? Now, sadly, there isn't any other information, no leaks, nothing whatsoever. But it looks like everyone is getting ready to announce new cameras, but Canon and Panasonic. And it's got me wondering, or it's got some of you wondering, if this is going to be the wow camera OM Digital talked about a few weeks back. And I really don't think so, because if you pay attention to that interview, they did say something about towards the end of the year, and yeah, February, it's not, well, it's towards the end. Okay, so there's two ends to a year, and it's at the end of when, you know what I mean, it's supposed to be at the calendar end of this year. Sony and Blackmagic have been busy this year. Sony announced the Alpha 1 2 weeks ago, will announce the FX3 next week, and is about to add S-Cinetone to the a7S III in a firmware update. And don't knock that one. Canon fans have been waiting a long time for C-Log 3 for the R5 and possibly the R6. Now, Blackmagic also did some craziness this year too. They've just announced the Pocket Cinema 6K Pro yesterday, along with the ATEM Mini Extreme and the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. These are very powerful video switchers. So let's go ahead and take a look at the capabilities for each unit, and then I'll explain where the Extreme ISO excels over the regular one. Both devices have a control panel-based design. But get ready for this. The ATEM Mini had 4 inputs, but the ATEM Mini Extreme doubles that to 8 inputs, and it supports streaming over Ethernet, USB, and over cellular, providing a remote experience. It also comes with stereo audio jacks, so you can connect up a lav mic. The ATEM Mini came with a single USB port, but the ATEM Mini Extreme and ISO both come with 2 USB ports. So if you want to record to a USB drive while hosting a Zoom meeting or workshop, well, that's where those 2 USB ports come in. But wait, there's more. You also get 2 HDMI output ports as well, and better still, they can be assigned to any source. Now, each model does provide internal media for 20 RGBA graphics. You get 4 upstream ATEM Advanced chroma keys for green screen or blue screen, 2 independent DVEs plus Super Source with 4 extra DVEs, and a 16-way multi-view for monitoring all cameras, recording, and streaming status. And that's impressive for such a small device, even at this price point. This isn't a minor update. They've tossed in the entire kitchen sink into the Extreme. Blackmagic's doubled down on innovation, and it really shows. I know what you're thinking. So what does the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO model include that the regular one doesn't? Well, the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO has a more powerful recording engine. Are you ready for this? That can record all 8 inputs plus the program for a total of 9 streams. Think about it. You can record all 9 streams and edit them later. I don't even think Peter Gregg can use all 9 inputs. Well, give him a year, maybe he'll hook up more cameras. But both units broadcast high-quality stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, but those aren't the only limited services. Oh, and I almost forgot. The ATEM Mini Extreme comes with a headphone jack. So you can choose the audio source, you can choose which audio source you want to monitor, and I'm sure Jordan would be ecstatic over this feature. So how much does it cost, you ask? How much would you be willing to pay for this advanced piece of streaming technology? Well, the ATEM Mini Extreme retails for $995, and the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, it sells for $1,295. Now granted, this isn't cheap, but it's a significant upgrade over previous models. And now, let's go behind the scenes. So in this episode of Behind the Scenes, I want to talk to you very quickly about the Spring Challenge. I did one last year where I challenged you to go outside and capture spring. Spring is all about life's rebirth. It's about the cold, harsh winter disappearing and plants poking through the soil, animals coming together, new families starting in the wild, and of course new families starting at home. And for me, living in Canada, I'm in month what you would consider 5 of winter. It's cold, it's dark, and there isn't much life outside other than a few birds fluttering around. So I challenge you to go outside, capture life's rebirth, capture spring. And if you live in an area of the world where you already have it warm and sunny and that's like that all year round, yay! Well then, why not go ahead and capture cultural festival, anything that kind of sums up the nature of spring and life's rebirth. And what I would like to do is have a contest that's going to run from March the 1st to March the 31st. Your video can be anywhere from 30 seconds to however long you want to make it be. You publish it on YouTube, you send me a link, and I'm going to come up with all sorts of, I'm going to come up with all the, what do you call this with contests? Regulations, terms and conditions, and all that sort of stuff for the contest, because we're going to select a winner. And at the end, I'm going to come up with five runner-ups, and you guys are going to pick the winner through a, what do we call these things, poll? Through a poll. And then I'm going to award a prize. That's right, this year, instead of just an honorable mention and showcasing you in a video, I'm going to offer up a prize. And you're going to get, the winner is going to get an Angelbird AV Pro CF Express Type B 512 gigabyte card, along with a CF Express card reader. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about this on Saturday, but rest assured, by I think next Sunday, I will have published a video with all the terms and conditions and all the restrictions and all that sort of stuff so everybody understands. And I'm going to make this planet-wide. It's not going to be limited to Canada, the United States, or Europe. It's going to be available to almost every country other than where local law prohibits. And in some cases, contests like this aren't permitted. And so that's why there are some location restrictions. And of course, there are some age restrictions too. So if you're under the age of, I think, 18, then you might need to get your parents to help you out with this. But that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win 2 Angelbird 128GB AV Pro MK2 V90 SD cards, as well as a dual UHS 2 card. Or you could also win a Ulanzi LED light package with accent lights, underwater lights, and various flat panel lights that you can use for lighting up your subject, or would be a great kit for starting your own YouTube channel. I'll be awarding these 2 prize bundles to 2 lucky viewers once the channel reaches 30,000 subscribers. And then for every 10,000 subscribers there on out after that, I'll be offering up different, more expensive, more interesting prizes all the way up to 100,000. And of course, once we reach that significant milestone, I'll be awarding a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to 1 lucky viewer. And on that bombshell, thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. We'll see you again soon.